What's going on, guys? This is Multicubing here, and today we're back again with the 3x3 tutorial series with an extra episode. Today I'm just going to show you how you can add squared off corners to your design, which will allow you to round off these edges a lot more and increase the corner cutting, the reverse corner cutting more specifically of the cube. This will also help with forward corner cutting, but this is also mainly to increase the reverse corner cutting without greatly increasing the cube's corner twisting. So right now, actually, I'm currently printing this cube without the squared off corners, and that way I can show you guys, those of you who might be watching this but still didn't want to actually add squared off corners, how it will perform if you don't do that. And then afterwards I'll probably print a set with squared off corners to compare. So here's how you want to do this. You just want to make a new sketch on one face, and you're just going to project this line here and this line here, and then you're going to just bring them to a point by doing something like this. And then just trim these. Do something like this. Make sure you have it all connected. There you go. Extrude it down by about 1.5 millimeters. 1 1/4, 1.5 is definitely too thick. I'm just gonna go with 1. I'm pretty sure that's what I did on my other stuff. 1 millimeter should be fine. And then what we need to do after that is fillet this edge by the same as everywhere else, which in this case is 1, just like that. And then fillet this one as well. Actually, no, you want to fillet this one first. So I'm going to fillet this by like 1.5. Remember, the point of this is to make sure this isn't too round, so I don't want to add too much there. And then I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'll add a tiny bit underneath just to make it a little bit stronger. And that should be good. And then, of course, you need to get it everywhere, so you need to make an axis from, you need to make a point at the center of here, and then here, there. And then go to this view, make a axis from here to there. Perfect. And then you need to do circular. You're going to select extrusion and the 2 fillets. Pick that rotation axis and say 3. And there you go. Looks like it didn't want to copy this other fillet, so that's fine. We can just manually put it here. And there. And there you have it. So now this has squared off corners. But as this isn't going to give us any benefit because this is still not very round. So of course now what we're going to do is we're going to go here, and we're going to round these about like 9. More than that, you want to have these lines parallel basically. If these lines are parallel, then you're good. So I'm just going to go ahead and do, say, 13. There are other ways to do this, but for this tutorial, I'm going to stick with this because this tutorial series is still supposed to be relatively simple to do. So that's not too bad. I'm going to increase this as well to 2 on the inside. There we go. That looks nice. So I think this should be good. Basically, if the corner stalk's a lot longer, it's better to do a special type of extrusion to round it off instead of doing this kind of fillet, but in this case this works. Also, since this is actually so huge, I'm gonna change this to 3.5 just to make it a little bit stronger. There you have it. So this should be a corner that should corner cut reverse a fair bit more, and just because of how, I'm not super concerned about this twisting too much, so I'm just going to go ahead and round that more just to make sure it doesn't catch or anything. had bad experiences with super sharp corners with cubes like the U-shell. So I'm going to go ahead and save this as an STL and call it corner 2. There we go. So that's about it for this video. And just to note, like I said before, with the edge and the center, you can keep the other features that were deleted in the previous part and fill them and all that stuff. But it's just really important that you remove enough material so that they don't cause issues like catching and things like that. Because they can if you're not careful, and if you're going to do that, make sure you have a cube like the GTS version 2 and you analyze the mechanisms very carefully to see how the spacing is between like the corner and the center ring and the edge and all that stuff and the angles. Because if you don't do it exactly right, it's going to reduce your corner cutting and it's going to cause catching and all sorts of things like that. But if you're up for the challenge, totally go for it, because it can improve the performance of your cube. But it's not absolutely necessary in any way. But anyway, that's going to be it for this tutorial. I hope you guys did enjoy, and if you did, please hit that like button and subscribe to see more tutorials in the future, and feel free to let me know in the comments down below what you would like me to show you how to make next. So anyways, I'm multi-cubing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.